Grammarly helps you work more efficiently, which
No.
Why don't we do a take two?
Wait a minute, let's start again. Hello.
Hi, this is Ron Vodry.
This is Alex Nussbaum.
This is Jason Fraser.
This is Matt O'Brien.
Hey, this is Ray Zwicker.
All right, world. My name is Cal Post.
Guys, this is Christina Walkinshaw.
This is Eddie Delaseppe.
This is Adrian Spencer.
My name is Timo.
And you're listening to the Julien Dionne
You're listening to the Julien Dionne Comedy Hour podcast.
Who am I talking to? What am I doing?
Julien Dionne Comedy Hour.
You're listening to the...
Comedy hour. See, I took the word out comedy. Changes the meaning completely, doesn't it?
Days and not really, I'm overworking, but days in the holidays. Happy holidays. You're listening to the Julien Dionne Comedy Hour podcast.
And aren't we all?
Now broadcasting live and totally uncensored, from Lemon Press Studio in the beautiful Gatineau Hills.
Project. I was like half asleep on the couch and now I'm projecting.
Hey everyone, this is Christian Potenza.
This is K. Trevor Wilson.
This is Jean Paul, a.k.a. the Island Hipster, hashtag hipster business.
This is Steph Tola.
Hey, this is Jake Goldsby.
This is Sky Wallace.
Hey everybody, this is Erica Sigurdsson, aka Ricky Siggs.
Okay, hello. Hi.
This is Howard Wagman.
Hey, this is Peter Anthony, the PA system.
This is Matt O'Brien.
Some people that's my rap name.
This is Jen Grant and you're listening to the Julien Dionne Comedy Hour podcast.
Show. You and me belong, just like the flowers, laughing all day long. People, I need you loose. Sing a little song, then take a shower. Julien Dionne.
It's a show. It's not an hour. It's a show. It's okay.
Such a beautiful waste of time.
Snappity.
A waste of time.
Tentackity.
A beautiful waste
Welcome
of time.
to the Julien Dionne Show with Jen Grant.
A waste of time.
Good morning. Oh, our whatever we're wearing today is making the
I went to school. Yeah,
yellow balance or white balance.
Got a degree in what
look really dark.
You spent
Looks like there's shadows
looking
over there.
for what you already got.
Like,
It's
I
such
look really
a beautiful
back.
waste of time.
Weird.
A waste of time.
Welcome to the show, everybody. Good morning. Coming at you with a brand new episode on Monday, May 17th,
A waste of time.
2021. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
Oh my gosh.
That's Jen Grant to my left, your right.
Hello, good morning.
Jen is on comments. As you know, we do record the show live Mondays through Fridays at 7 a.m. Eastern. So you can take part and be of the interactive part of the interact with us, basically is what I'm trying to say. Leave comments. Jen is on comments.
Sure am.
And of course, available on all major podcast platforms, wherever you get your podcasts. And please leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. It makes a big difference. A lot of you have in the last week or so, and it's sigada. It makes a big difference. So if you're listening to this, if you're a regular listener, we do get a lot of listeners, especially on Apple Podcasts. That's kind of the main one. Leave us a quick review. It's a huge help. And that's the only fee that we charge to the show. Just leave a review. There. Got real and heavy all of a sudden.
Oh. Someone's got a case of the Mondays. Well, that's better.
Hold on, I gotta wait for the I gotta wait for the song to finish for it so I can dive into this new soundboard brought to us by one of our loyal listeners.
Oh yeah?
Yes. Ken. I'll transition to the real soundboard board after the music here.
Thanks for letting us know how exactly you will be annoying us. It's nice to have an agenda. It's nice to know what to expect.
I have to figure out how, because right now it's all in one volume. If I turn down the music, it turns down the sound machine.
So far, I like the sound machine the best.
Because it's in the... Oh, why don't you marry it? Okay,
Is there one?
let me
What's
kill
the
the
one
song.
you were looking for?
Hold on, let me just... Oh, there's a second left. Okay. All right. Let's get digging. So thanks to Ken.
Hasn't there been like some times where you're like, oh, I wish I had. Oh. Yeah. Oh, what's the one next to it?
Oh my God.
Oh, I thought I was going to say OMG. What about the guy?
I don't think.
Oh my God.
I don't think it's OMG.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So and there's a. Let me crank it. Let me crank it so you can.
Better.
Oh, you do like it better. Oh.
Oh, that's really annoying. No.
Why is that annoying?
It hurts my eardrums. Mark says, I missed the episode that explained what SIGITA means. It's driving me crazy. What is SIGITA?
It doesn't mean anything at all.
What is this strange word? An acronym?
No, I wish it was that thought out, Mark. I wish there was some sort of meaning behind it. It's literally just a glimpse into my psyche. I'm a weird guy.
Yeah, you're telling me.
And
you get weirder as you get older. Oh, okay. It creeps in. It scares me, but it feels like it's in me because I'm listening in here. So
I'm a weird guy, and you know what weird guys do? They do weird things.
We're gonna lose listeners, eh?
No, we're not. This is adding production value to our little rinky-dink show. It's bringing it. It's elevating the show. It's upping the scene.
Mark says, "Old wooden ship." What does that mean?
No clue.
SIGITA?
No, it's just literally just a.
There's a part in it in the song
where the drums go. Well, look, we've talked about this in the past, but let's revisit it.
Where it is?
Don't tell me nothing
Ish.
I don't need to know.
Because there might be some new listeners that are also probably wondering.
It's such a beautiful time. Wandering out the streets, the land waste of time.
Sorry.
Okay, it builds up.
Right here, listen to the drum part. It's really the drums. It's a boom.
It doesn't even sound like SIGITA at all, but...
No, but it's funnier with a s sound, a SIGITA.
So
I do that for when I air drum, I go ska. Anyway. And so it's literally just me vocalizing that little drum, what do you call it? Not bridge, but that little drum fill right here. Listen for it. Listen for the drums. Hold on, Mark T.
Did-a-do.
Yeah, it's a did-a-do, but I started, I don't know, sometime last year. SIGITA. That's all it is. It's me vocalizing that drum fill with a s sound instead of a b.
So weird.
It's very weird. Like I said, I'm big announcement today. I'm weird. I love it. Okay, so we've got the laughs. Why do you? Okay, do you prefer that or this?
I prefer to use this less. Once in a while.
Well, you can't dictate. Absolutely not.
If I feel that way, I cannot be the only one.
But it's elevating the production
Ken
value.
Ken says he's creating a monster.
Yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
You are, Ken. Oh, no. That sounds like something we watched on Mandalorian last night or something.
So, yeah. So we've got 3 categories. We've got audience. Okay, so we've got the laughter, the applause, the gasp, and then there's a sarcastic ooh.
I like that. I like the softer ones, not the ones that are so in your ear. Like, that's nice.
And there's an over to the top one.
I don't mind those ones that much. Aww. It's just really in your ears.
Oh, that's the whole audience. I didn't even discover this one yet. This is going to be one of my favorites. When you say something like on the Daily Dose, they're saying they're going to
Sounds like someone's going, "Oh my goodness, child."
Yeah, wow.
Child.
And then there's drum roll, and then there's drum roll. There's the rim shot. This I'll be using a lot, I feel. I wanted a rim shot. I feel like that could be a little louder. There we go. And then there's this one right here, which this is very much. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. And then there's a funny.
So what is this? Where did this come from?
He made it. Ken made this. Look, there's our logo up top.
Come on.
Yeah. On his lunch break on Friday, he messaged
he
the show.
did not.
Look at that.
No, he did not.
Like you rubbing his face on the corner of the table. Yeah, he did. He made this from scratch on his lunch break on Friday.
Impressed.
This one you will loathe. I just know it.
Oh my God. That's horrible. That just made me a little bit gaggy.
What about this one?
Oh my God, turn it off. Turn it off.
I know.
Okay.
I know it's a little long. It's a little long.
And turn it down. That sounds like you.
And then one of my favorites, and your favorite. But it's better than than this one.
Yeah.
This is nostalgic when I hear this. It makes me think of when I first whipped it out.
Ken said it's a
and
great...
I'm not talking about our first date. When I first whipped it out, get it?
Or this. Hey, Ken, why don't you send it to me?
Well, you're not connected to the mixer, so we wouldn't hear it. Anyway.
Ken said it's a good song. Beautiful waste of time. It is. And
Sigada. It's literally just the drum fill.
It's a great song. It's a very, very, like, you know how you know it's a good song when you never get sick of it? Like, we play it every morning, and I'm always like, woohoo.
Yeah. It's true. It's a good song.
Ken says I'll get you a shorter baby crying. Like, is the baby shorter, or is this crying shorter? See what I did there?
It's a long baby crying, and it's too real. It's like because baby crying evokes something in you that it just like makes you, because you want you.
Oh, okay, turn it down, please. Oh God!
Like biologically, you're meant to react to that, like to put an end to it.
Major nails on the chalkboard. Major nails on the chalkboard. Yeah. It's worse than nails on the chalkboard.
Ken, if we could get a shorter baby crying and a smaller audience laughing. Like this size of audience, but laughing, like, I don't know, 15 people.
Oh my God, a bit demanding. Ken's like, great. Yeah, I have nothing else to do in my lunch hour.
He volunteered. This was great. I got an email on Friday after the show, after our big debate about the sound machine, the future of the sound machine. And he said, I can make one instead of, because I talked about getting the new mixer with it on. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm going to eventually have to get that mixer just for more channels once we, in a post-COVID world, when we start interviewing people in studio. But anyway, which one step closer, got my vaccine on Friday, as you know, after the show.
Oh, yes.
And I realized you're way tougher than I am.
Thank you. Thank you. It's nice to be acknowledged.
I feel like a smaller audience would be applause too, like, or maybe I'll get Ken to give me a crash course on how to do this, so I could update the sounds. Anyway, I love it. It's all right there, the touch of a baton. Yeah, I got my vaccine, Moderna shot, first dose on Friday. I want to. By the way, start admitting. I want to lead the charge in people admitting that they're afraid of needles. That's the part I was afraid of the most. But you can't say that anymore. Everyone's like, no, you don't even feel it. I don't even feel that part. That's nothing. It's a sharp piece of metal that's pushed in by a stranger into your muscle tissue. And I was afraid of that. You're right. It doesn't hurt when it goes in like at all. But that thought of it, for some reason, I was scared of it like a child.
Yeah, and sometimes I wonder if all these tough anti-vaxxers are really just big babies that don't want to be.
I'm guaranteed there's some people that don't want to get the vaccine because of the actual process of getting a needle in your arm.
I had an awkward exchange with someone about vaccines.
Let me just finish my thought first before.
Absolutely.
But what are you scared of needles? Like when you're there, are you at all nervous about the fact that it's going to happen?
Yes, but way less than I used to be.
Because I was freaking out. And you can tell that I didn't like it because I showed up there. I was all quiet. Didn't say much. I'm in her office. Go to the pharmacy here in Wakefield and go to the office. And then she does it. And after I was so chatty, I was like, all right, well, I'll catch you later. Wow, that was nothing. Yeah, it feels so much better that I got it. You know, I won't have to worry about COVID anymore. Let's reopen up, eh? Yeah, like just so chatty. All right, see you guys later. But when I showed up, I was just all somber because I'm afraid. I admit it. It's because it's not cool to admit anymore. No one is allowed to admit that the actual process. Forget about the side effects. Forget about everything else. The fact that it's a vaccine. Your philosophical debates on it. Forget all about that. I mean, literally just the action of getting a needle jabbed into through your skin and muscle tissue. I'm scared of that. I admit it right here publicly. I'm sick of pretending it's no, that's nothing. That's the easy part. It's not. That's the one that messes with my head the most. And she pinches your shoulder, and I'm like, and I couldn't even look. Some people can look. I'm just like looking away, talking like clearly scared of it because she's talking to me. I'm like, yeah, and I'm just like looking away. And then she pinches really hard, which is probably what makes it not hurt. So she really pinched your skin.
Yeah, you're like, you should be afraid of the pinch now.
Yeah. But anyway, so I'm like, and I'm a really visual person. So I'm like picturing what it would look like under a microscope, like this giant metallic thing just piercing through your skin muscle and then pushing in this oil
freak
in the
yourself out.
I know, but I want to admit because other people you're right, and I know some people are like taking the anti-vax stance just because they're afraid of taking a needle for sure, but you can't admit that anymore. It's like, oh no, that's the easy part. That's nothing. It's kids get it. I don't care. I hate it, and I'm afraid of it.
I think it's probably very natural to not want.
It scares me.
It's natural though to not want.
Yeah, but you can't admit it. Don't you find that's the like thing now? It's like, nah, that's not. That's the easy. You don't even feel it going. That's nothing. Like,
well, to be fair though,
it doesn't hurt. I know it doesn't hurt, but it still.
Yeah, but
sucks.
It's the thought of it. It's not really what happens. It's the thought of it. Like you said, you're visual. It's the thought of it because stubbing your toe hurts way more than that.
Although I have to say, so I experienced 0 side effects as far as.
Well, you were tired.
Yeah, but I don't think that I was tired from the vaccine. Right. I was a byproduct of it. Right. I was tired because my arm fucking hurt so much. That's the only side effect I felt. They say for the Pfizer and Moderna that the second dose is where you get the bigger immune response, where you get flu-like symptoms for a day or two.
Why did I feel flu-y then? Weird.
It's not, well, no, everybody's different. Everybody reacts differently, but I had no response as far as feeling ill. I felt good. I felt fine. I just was tired, but it was because my arm hurt so much. So I got it Friday morning. Didn't really hurt after at all. And then like towards the afternoon, I was like, ow. Like, and then at night, had a shit sleep because my shoulder was really painful. So I barely slept the first night. Aww. And then... And the second day, it was worse. It was actually, it felt like someone took a ball-peen hammer to my shoulder. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I know.
It does.
That much.
It does.
I love this soundboard.
It did hurt. It did hurt for sure.
The second day, Saturday, I could not move. It looked like my arm was in a sling without a sling. Like it was bent and
tell everyone what you thought.
Holding it against my, what did I think?
That you were shocked I didn't complain that much.
Yes. I said, Jen, you're tougher because you did not complain about your arm really that much. Once on the show, you accidentally went to lift it and you're like, ow. And, but good for you.
Wendy said long needle. Yikes.
See? Yeah. But no, it doesn't hurt. That's easy. Like you can't admit that anymore for some reason. I admit it. I hate it. And the nurse told me she hates it too. She goes, I hate it. She was like, I prefer to be on this side. But she's like, but it doesn't hurt. I'm like, I know, but that's not the point.
Mama Puff, who is a new person commenting, I haven't seen before. Hi, Mama Puff. She said,
Puff Mama or Mama Puff?
It says Mama Puff.
Oh, I think, yeah, I know, yeah, from Clandestine in Toronto.
Oh, okay. I don't know though if it is.
Oh, maybe not.
Because
well, she's Puff Mama.
She said,
Joe.
Ha ha ha, France, the nurse at the pharmacy. So
yes.
Somebody local?
Oh, it's someone local. I thought it was...
Told me a bunch of times that's her trick, to pinch very hard. Punch
very hard. And it was her.
Hard.
It was
I almost said punch very hard. That's also a good technique.
Yeah, to punch you in the mouth. Yeah, I need a smaller audience. Like 20 people laughing or something. This is like almost a stadium or a big club.
Yeah, like maybe something more accurately for our shows.
Yeah.
About 15 people laughing out of 200. That was a Oh, it's so slow.
I know, compared to the other one. Yeah, it was France at Brunet. Brunet. She, great lash game. Her lash game is on point, on fleek. Good lashes, platinum blonde, France. She was very nice. She put me at ease, but I was terrified. And yet she just grabs and pinches so hard. I was ow. Like, and then in the, you could see how it wouldn't hurt because she just pinches and then jabs it right in.
Wendy said it's a long needle. Is it a long needle? I didn't even look. I'm like you. I can't look.
It didn't scrape the bone or anything.
Hey, don't say that. Yuck, yuck, yuck.
Oh my goodness.
Child.
Oh, child.
Oh my
Who
child.
child?
Yeah, that reminds me of like a Southern woman. Oh, child. Oh, child.
Anyway, get it.
I wish I spoke like that.
Get it. The vaccine. I feel good that in a week and a half, I won't have to worry about COVID anymore. I'm still like, there's a 2-week period. I don't know if that's common knowledge, if they know that enough.
What?
That there's 2 weeks you could still get COVID.
I don't feel that there is. Yeah, because you know someone, who.
Well, you very much can. So it takes 2 weeks for the vaccine to take effect, but I feel like that's not widely known enough. Mm-hmm. I feel like they should really emphasize if you're still fully. Because we know someone in Ottawa, a comedian that got a Pfizer vaccine and a week later got COVID bad. And it's because within 2 weeks you can still get it. And he went through the ringer. It was a tough 4 or 5 days of hell.
I've got 1 more week left.
Yeah. And then you're like, you don't really have to worry about it anymore. The second dose will prolong everything, but you're pretty good. As far as...
Not even 1 more week, less than that. This Friday.
Didn't you get it on a Monday?
Yes, sorry. Yeah, almost. That's right.
So a week
you got
from
it
today.
on a Friday. Yeah. Oh, God. The pausing is too much.
I've got to get used to the placement of the... Yeah, you got it on Friday. Or Monday. You've got 1 week left. Oh, don't eye roll. Anyway, you said you had an exchange with someone about the vaccine.
I did, and it was awkward. Now, obviously, I'm not hanging out with anyone. I was speaking to someone. Okay, it doesn't matter the context, but I'm not just so everyone understands. We're not hanging out with anybody except for my mother. That's it. So anyway, I had this. I like it, but it's so slow, and I don't like that you put it anyway. So I had this exchange with someone where we were chatting, and this person was saying, this situation with the pandemic sucks and everything, but we're very lucky to be living in the country with lots of space because, you know, it's a beautiful place to be at any time, really. But now, especially, we're very, very lucky to be here. And then this person agreed. And then I said, in fact, you know, you got to look at the positive in every situation. Like, we're lucky even, you know, I hate that we have to get a vaccine, but we're very lucky that we can get the vaccine. And this person said, I disagree, but that's okay. We're allowed to have different opinions. And I was like, oh my God, child. But like, I really was taken aback by that because I didn't know what to say. And I think the next time I would like to actually have a dialogue about it, because this is what I took away from it. This person and I were having a very nice conversation, agreed on everything else. And then when that came up, it came to a screeching halt. I was like, whoa, I didn't expect it. I just assumed that everybody I talk to who I get along with, who I have an enjoyable conversation with, would be on the same page with me.
It's not only that, it's just like, I'm not wired that way where, like you said, you're having a pleasant conversation with someone. It's all yes, yes, and we're agreeing and it's nice. And then you're going to launch into, like, why would you, if I was in that conversation, even if I felt the way that person did, even if I decided I wasn't going to get the vaccine, which is fine, personal choice, I wouldn't say it. I'm like wired to just avoid confrontation and just like people please. So if I was that person and I was talking to you, jengrant.com, and you were like, you know, we're so lucky that we can even get the vaccine here, I'd just be like, yeah, I'm not wired to be like, I don't agree with that. Like, let's ruin this nice moment and make it uncomfortable. Like, just shut up.
But I think when you're on the periphery like that, because to me, maybe it's just because the people I know and hang out with agree with the same things I do. But so I assume that the anti-vaxxers are on the periphery, but are they? And are the people that are anti-vaxxers for like that have this opinion for children and autism and all that, are they the same people that would be the same on this?
Not necessarily.
Exactly.
Those are definitely anti-vaxxers that think you know, if you give vaccines to your children they'll get autism and stuff, are against this vaccine. But other people who think all kids should be inoculated and vaccinated could still be not want to take the COVID vaccine.
Right.
Like I'm pro-vaccine for children and stuff, but I never get like the flu shot or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's different, but anyway.
I would actually like to know, what is it, just that they're wanting to defend their personal choice to not be forced to take a vaccine? And also the other thing was, I had just found out that day that a friend of mine's friend of the family, this father in the family had passed away from COVID, and he was 48 with no pre-existing conditions. And then his wife, the mother of this, like, you know, family who's struggling, the 3 children, the mother's just getting over pneumonia, associated with COVID. And then, so I felt like saying to her, so like, do you think it's fake? Because I don't know, at this point, is that acceptable?
Well, it's a layered conversation. She might just think that the vaccine shouldn't be mandatory. I don't know. Anyway, it's whatever.
No, but it's weird.
Yeah, but it's very layered. It doesn't mean like one thing. It doesn't mean if you're against the vaccine that you think COVID is fake.
Mm-hmm.
It does, you know what I mean? It's those two things are not synonymous.
But
yeah, it's too big of a crowd, I think.
I think there's more issues than the the crowd being too big here. I think we need to work on this crowd right here. And I'm circling my hand around Julian's head for the listeners. Anyway.
Grammarly helps you work more.
Oh my gosh.
I just want to see.
Wendy says, yes, that's my doctor's warning. She works in Montreal hospital, and she said many admitted had the first shot, then caught the virus, put them in the hospital.
Yeah, within 2 weeks. So, because people go, I have the shot. Fuck, you know. I have the shot. I'm good. See, that's a good size audience.
Except the claps are...
Well, you're never going to be happy no matter what with anything. So everything is no, that's too tick, 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 tick. That's too, oh no, that's gross. Ew, I almost threw up. I'm sorry, I won't. I know that one's over the top. Reminds me of somebody last night.
Yeah, you don't look at me. Don't look at me and just a child. Viewers and listeners, just know that it was definitely not me that he's talking about.
I need more fiber in my diet to feed the good bacteria, as Dr. Jules said. Anyway, moving on from all of the vaccine and the gross talk. What else do we got today, Jenny? We've been watching the
it says here to be considered fully or Mama Pop says to be considered fully vaccinated. It's actually 2 weeks after your second shot. Yeah, of course.
Fully, absolutely. But you are protected 2 weeks after your first shot. There's
like somewhat, yeah.
Definitely, like a lot more than not.
Yes.
Like way more. I don't know the percentage of how effective, but if you were to get COVID more than 2 weeks after your first shot, you would get barely any symptoms. But yes, fully vaccinated is 2 weeks after your second shot. I can't wait. I want the second shot now. This September 3rd is my appointment. What are we doing?
Yeah.
In the States, people are double vaxxed, no masks, living life.
Might come sooner. Like we might. Anyway, let's hope.
I hope
There's no daily dose today, by the way.
Okay, well, we've got lots to chat about. We're late to the party, but we got into The Mandalorian. We just finished season 1, and it's not a kid's show. I was talking to a buddy of mine. I was talking to a buddy of mine on the weekend. I go, did you watch The Mandalorian? He's like, well, my 6-year-old, he goes, I watched the first couple episodes with my 6-year-old when he started watching it, but I didn't watch the rest. And he's like, it's a kid show, eh? It's not a kid's show. Sure, your kids can watch it, but it doesn't make it a kid's show. It's a Star Wars show. If you like Star Wars, it's great.
Oh, I really like it, actually.
Paw Patrol is a kid's show. Well, it's just because of the Baby Yoda thing. He goes, yeah, kids are obsessed with Baby Yoda. And he goes, apparently some adults too, but not naming names. I'm like, that's the least. That's the part I care about the least in the show is the Baby Yoda part. I'm not. You know.
Oh, I disagree. I love him.
Yeah, but it's not like the whole thing.
He's so cute.
Yeah, but it's not the whole thing for me at all. But it's not a kid's show. It's a great show. I love it. And I know we're late to the party because season 2 is out and finished. But I love it. I want a room in the house with the floor being made entirely of sand.
Ew.
Why ew?
Why would you want that?
I don't know. Watching The Mandalorian, there's a lot of houses where the floor is just sand. It looks comforting.
Dirty.
The
whole place would just be one giant litter box.
Oh, gross. But not like sand.
The cats would just like poop and pee everywhere. We'd just be scooping our path to the kitchen. But you know what that reminds me of?
But not.
And this isn't is when I went to Egypt.
Right.
And I visited the Bedouin.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Not like sand on a floor.
I'm not judging that and saying that. I just mean I wouldn't want that.
Not sand on the floor. Like if you put sand on the floor now, like on our ceramic tiles right here in this room, if you put sand on here, yeah, gross. But if it was just like full sand, like the beach, that'd be nice.
No.
Huh. I also, watching that show, realized what's the point of a cape? It seems awfully unpractical and in the way all the time. Wearing a cape.
I know.
Like, you don't need a cape for anything. I can barely use the bathroom wearing my robe.
Oh,
Imagine
that was definitely a ha 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 ha.
But it's too big of an audience. You know what I mean? It's too. Let me see. Small audience laughing.
By the way, I don't know why, but I'm able to connect to all the comments, but I wasn't able to connect to Restream, so I'm just going to Facebook and YouTube and doing it individually. Oh, that's good.
Oh, that's a good
that's
one.
Nice and soft.
Ken, if you YouTube small audience laughing, the first video that comes up, all you see on the thumbnail is like a black speaker, like a volume symbol.
Oh my God. Ken's like, great. Now I'm like working.
This is the perfect one. I can barely use the bathroom with a robe on, let alone fight crime with a cape. Oh, shit. Hold on. Oh, that's great.
Yeah. Sounds like an open mic.
Yeah,
Sounds
this
like an
brings
open
me
mic.
back to many shows. I've done hundreds of shows with this response.
Michelle, by the way, says, stop. She says, I'm going Saturday and I already feel ill and pale from our conversation.
Oh, the vaccine. I thought you meant the stop with the sound machine. I was like, never.
That too. And she also, I just responded to her and saying, you've given birth. Like, she has 3 children. I think
Yes.
Like,
well, I'm glad she's saying stop, because I want people to finally admit it sucks. But this whole that's easy. You don't even feel it. That's nothing. Nobody's thinking about this. I'm the only sicko.
Well, Miller says, I hate needles, but that was very insignificant needle. It's worse to do a blood test. That is 100% true.
For some reason, I don't mind a blood test.
What? Blood tests are way worse.
I know blood tests are
agree.
worse because they're in the sensitive area in the fold of your arm on a vein and they go in. But for some reason, they're removing something from you. It's not so bad. It's the pushing of the oil inside the muscle.
Pushing of the oil. Why do you know it's oil?
Muscle tissue. Well, it's got to be oil. What is it? Water?
Oil.
Water-based?
It's so specific.
Or oil soluble?
You need to stop thinking and detailing all the stuff. Just
I know.
Go with it. Like, you have to get it out of your head.
I know, but I can't. I was made this way, and I can't help it. You'll just have to learn to, and that's why you love me. See, I'm trying to
use them all.
Yeah, guide the conversation into
just so you can use those.
Yeah, like I had my finger on the so I was like, okay, how do I?
Wendy said, I think the issue is layered because some do think the virus is fake. Some think the deaths are made up. Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Some think the vaccine alters DNA. Some think vaccine is rushed. Many fears. It's true.
Many fears, I know. But anyway, moving on. Mandalorian. Watch it. We were watching it. It's great. Capes suck. Can't pish with a robe on. Oh, I just revealed that I pish sitting down. Sometimes.
I'm surprised. Why is it such a big deal that a guy would sit down to pee?
I don't know, but I'll admit, sometimes at night, in the middle of the night, I'll sit down, and let's be honest, even in the afternoon.
You know what? This might be a problem for you because you're going to get used to getting laughs even though it's fake from bad jokes.
Right.
So you're going to get back out there in the world of a real crowd.
Oh, speaking of which, speaking of real crowds and real world and real audience, this is not a real crowd situation, but you could be part of the crowd. French listeners, anybody that speaks French out there that listens to the podcast on Thursday evening, I'm doing an hour-long Zoom stand-up show, so virtually. So wherever you are, if you're in Moncton or Wakefield or Quebec or Montreal or Toronto or Vancouver, wherever you're listening and downloading this, it'll be at 7:30 Eastern, which would be 8:30 Atlantic, which would be 4:30 in Vancouver if you're listening there. But hey, have an early dinner and watch me do stand-up. I have to work on a lot of new material for a couple TV things coming up. One really soon, June 8th. And so you can get tickets at on my Facebook page, facebook.com/Julien Dionne. Or if you go to lepointdevente.com, Le Point Vente. But if you go to the facebook.com/Julien Dionne or on my Instagram, Julien Dionne on Instagram, you can see the link in bio, and there's the top pinned post on my Facebook page, facebook.com/Julien Dionne. Get your tickets, and let's have a Zoom party on Thursday. It's in French.
And what time again?
7:30 Eastern, so 8:30 in Atlantic.
It's a good time.
Yeah, I did it at 7:30 so that it's earlier here. Like it's 7:30 show is considered an early show, but because some people in New Brunswick will watch. It'll only be 8:30 there. It's just an hour.
I like 7:30.
Yeah, it's just an hour, and might have an opening act. Not sure yet, or I might just do the hour and then call it.
Oh, Miller wants to know what you thought of SNL with Key.
With Keegan-Michael Key, I loved it. He's the best. He's fantastic.
Really good.
I mean, he's essentially created his own version of SNL with Key and Peele. He's a great actor, and he's a great comedic performer, and he's super funny. It was a home run, absolute home run. I'm a SNL super fan. I love watching it when it's bad, and I thought this was a great week.
Yeah.
I thought the sketches were good. Some were better than others, but overall, he elevated them. He made them great. He's just so good.
Yeah.
And classically trained for this, specifically in sketch.
Funny,
Wasn't he on Mad TV too? I think back in the day.
Back-to-back weeks are kind of interesting because it was Elon the week before.
Yeah, someone with no experience, and then someone that it's right in their wheelhouse, like a total pro. He was great, and he's super funny.
Was it the first time he's hosted?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, because he did say it was his dream.
Yeah. I think he would. Could you look it up if he was on Mad TV? I'm pretty sure he was on Mad TV. And he's a great actor. And
what's his name again?
Keegan-Michael Key. And if you're in comedy, like to be a good comedian, you don't have to be a good actor, but being a good actor really helps. And you can see this with comics that work, have long careers, 15, 20 years, and they start doing some acting work and some, they start getting acting gigs, but also working on their acting craft. They get so much better at stand-up, like Bill Burr.
What did you want me to Google again?
Keegan-Michael Key, Mad TV.
Thank you.
Bill Burr, now, when you watch his stand-up specials when they come out, there's so much acting in it, his act-outs, and he's such a good actor. You don't have to be a good actor to be a great stand-up, but it helps when you are. Chappelle, same thing. Chappelle took acting classes when he was a young comic because he learned that being a good actor would help. And that's not to say if you're a good actor, you'll be a good comic. That's absolutely not the truth, because a lot of actors that are out of work try stand-up and they suck at it because you have to be good. You have to be a good comic first. Once you're a good comic, and then if you become a good actor, it just helps. So Keegan-Michael Key, who's also a great actor, just put all that together in one package, and it was great. It was really, really... I mean, on Key and Peele, the acting on that is phenomenal. They are so good, those two, Jordan Peele and Keegan-Michael Key.
I wonder, like I don't enjoy acting, which surprises me because I think I would really like it. And I thought I always wanted to be an actor before I was even a comedian.
It's so hard to act.
But would it be like anything else? The better you get at it, the more fun it would be.
Oh, of course. Imagine if you're mastering anything, it's fun.
Yeah. He was on Mad TV for 6 seasons.
Right. So imagine for him.
From 2004 to 2009.
Because SNL is like the zenith of that world, and he was on Mad TV and then created Key and Peele, then got to host SNL. So he was ready for it. I mean, more than ready. Yeah.
Yeah, he's so good.
I really enjoyed Saturday's episode.
Yeah,
So-
really good. He's 50. I'm really surprised about that because he looks really, really much younger than 50, I
That's
think.
the thing too. You know, he's got all of his experience. He's comfortable. He knows
Yeah.
himself, his own
Confident.
voice,
Yeah.
confidence. It was like a home run. I really enjoyed that. He's just funny. He can make any situation funny, even bad writing.
Yeah.
He's just got that.
Agreed.
Yeah, I like the sketch with the. I liked a lot of almost all of them. I like the bouncers at the Muppet Show.
Yeah.
That was a great sketch.
I'm
I can't remember any of the
sensitive, though.
sketches right
I felt
now.
bad for the
Oh my god.
Muppets.
I like the Michael Jordan, the digital one.
Didn't
Where
see
he's
the digital one.
where he's
Oh, the digital one. Yeah.
yeah, they're not called digital shorts anymore, but
I know what you mean. But again, I felt bad for that security guard.
that's okay. That's
I know.
That's on you. Yeah. What other sketches were there? I can't remember. Anyway, I watched the whole thing cover to cover, and I can't remember any of the sketches. The monologue was good. He's a good singer too. He can hold a tune. I thought the monologue could have been a little stronger, but it's still good.
Mm-hmm. You know what I was thinking? We should get. I was thinking for guests, even if we just had comics on to tell stories or whatever, like we should have Johnny Guardhouse on to talk about his experience with SNL. I love that story, and I know he's already told it in an older episode, but it can't hurt to hear it again.
Yep.
And it's been a while, and let's be honest, not everybody's going to go in the archives and read or listen to some of the older episodes. He's a really fun guy too.
Is he a mushroom?
I love his story about that. Like a lot of people would probably love to hear from a Canadian comics perspective. Not only that, what led him to that audition.
Yeah.
Is a really, really good story. We should have him on.
Well, I've got a full episode. I don't think I've ever released it, which is a shame. But I have it. It's because I'm redoing our podcast website. We're at, by the way, I did the count.
Mm-hmm.
This is episode 376.
Wow.
That we're doing today. So I'm rebuilding the website with some unaired episodes, calling them The Lost Tapes, and Johnny Guardhouse is on. Our guest this coming Wednesday, Allison Door. I interviewed her years ago. Never aired it. You can tell the episodes I aired were strictly correlated to my pot smoking habits at the time. So I have about 15 episodes that were never aired. Dave Merhaj, a couple other.
So you never aired Johnny's?
No, never aired it.
Oh, okay. Well, then we should have him on.
Yeah, we'll have him on.
I'm
But
gonna
it'll be
message
on
him.
it'll be on our website as part of the Lost
Great.
Tapes series, which are just unaired.
I'm going to message him after the show and then get him on maybe
Yeah,
this
that's
week
such a
even.
good story.
Such a great story.
They basically lied their way onto the Jerry Springer show.
Oh, don't tell him anything.
No, I'm not going to say how, but I can say that. It's like trailer. I know.
That's true.
Why can't I just tease it? They
Okay.
lied their way on the Jerry Springer show, which is a whole story. I mean, it's not like, oh, don't tune in. You know that part now. Right? Right?
Just don't tell anymore.
But that goes to show you that I always thought all of the Jerry Springer shows were made up. Turns out, no. There's a whole process, vetting. So, well, especially in the 90s. But it was like pretty much all real. Okay, what else do we have here? Well, kind of all lame stuff. I think we talked about all the fun stuff. Bill Gates is... it's coming out now. His let me just pull up the article here. The divorce lawyers are in now. I don't know why they're making this big thing. Why don't they just split everything in half and call it quits? Like the digging up the dirt and making stuff public now. You know that's the work of divorce lawyers. But it came out that Long before his divorce, Bill Gates had a reputation for questionable behavior.
Ooh.
Was that sarcastic?
Oh my God, it sounded exactly the same.
I know. That's what I thought you were. I thought you were cueing me
No.
to do it. Yeah. Long before his divorce, like I said, Bill Gates had a reputation for questionable behavior.
And what was the behavior?
Hold on. Let me get Melinda Gates. Now they're putting her maiden name in there, Melinda French Gates, because soon she will only go by Melinda French. A voice concerned about her husband's relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. He was a close friend of Jeffrey Epstein's. And harassment claim against his money manager. Imagine the pressure of being Bill Gates' money manager.
Oh my God.
See, there's still some use for the classic sound machine. So bear with me here. I'm going to read a little bit just because I skimmed the article. But by the time Melinda Gates decided to end her 27-year marriage with her husband, was known globally as a software. We know this. But in some circles, Bill Gates had also developed a reputation for questionable conduct. Relating in work-related settings, that is attracting new scrutiny amid the breakup of one of the world's richest, most powerful couples. I'm surprised they're doing this, going public like this, that the divorce lawyer would go this route. Because they've been together for 27 years. You'd think they'd go just split everything down the middle and let's keep it quiet.
Mm-hmm.
But this big New York Times article, in 2018, Miss French Gates, never before did I know it was French, now it's everywhere, French Gates, wasn't satisfied with her husband's handling of a previously undisclosed sexual harassment claim against his longtime money manager. According to two people familiar with the matter, after Mr. Gates moved to settle the matter confidentially? What?
Mm-hmm.
Confidentially?
Mm-hmm.
Ms. French Gates insisted on an outside investigation. The money manager, Michael Larson, remains in his job. On at least a few occasions, Mr. Gates pursued women who worked for him at Microsoft and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, according to people with direct knowledge of his overtures. In 2019, Microsoft's board of directors, on which Mr. Gates sat, opened an investigation into one of those cases after being notified that he had sought an intimate... to initiate an intimate relationship with a company employee in the year 2000.
Ooh.
So that's pretty much it. So since the early 2000s, he was trying to... there was an affair almost 20 years ago, which ended amicably.
Oh,
anyway.
Bill Gates had an affair?
Where were
20
you?
years ago?
Yeah. I was just reading this.
Yeah, I know. I'm listening. I'm just asking.
Yeah, in 2000.
I don't know why, but he just...
And then there was Jeffrey...
That kind of surprises me.
And then there was Jeffrey Epstein, who Mr. Gates got to know beginning in 2011, 3 years after Mr. Epstein, who faced accusations of sex trafficking and of girls, pleaded guilty to soliciting prostitution from a minor. Ms. French Gates had expressed discomfort with her husband spending time with the sex offender, but Mr. Gates continued doing so, according to people who were briefed on gatherings with the two men. Yeah, I heard this, that I'd heard even after Jeffrey Epstein was a convicted child sex trafficker, Bill Gates was still hanging out with him.
That makes me wonder.
Like when a lot of people had... cut out Jeffrey Epstein, Bill Gates was still like, yeah, he's fine.
To me, that's like that does put question in my mind about his character.
Yeah. Well,
For
it certainly fuels all the conspiracy theories.
That's the thing. That's interesting. I don't know. I find it hard to reconcile.
It's weird.
I'm this like humanitarian that gives philanthropist that gives tons of money away. But I am also this kind of guy who hangs out with Jeffrey Epstein. Like, how? What? Why?
I'm also this guy. I'm a philanthropist, but I'm also this guy that hangs out with Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah.
It's a perfect time for a womp, 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 womp.
Why?
Because it's like, hey, I'm a philanthropist, but I also hang out with Jeffrey Epstein. See how perfect that is?
No.
What do you mean?
I just trying to make a point. You know,
Go
when
ahead.
you're trying to say something seriously, yeah it's really
So sorry.
annoying. But it doesn't match like that. If you're that kind, I don't know. Those don't go together. They don't go together.
Yeah.
Like you can't be this like advanced, evolved person that gives away a lot of their money and humanitarian, but also be totally cool with the shady behavior of that
Right.
person. Like it really, Ken says it does make you question. It really does. Like, and then just having affairs and doing and having this questionable behavior. Like I always felt that way, even in high school. I remember in college, like university days. Oh, there's the university days. But when my girlfriends would have, issues with guys, and then they would, it's hard to actually, no, it's hard to keep track of what I'm saying with all these sounds. Stop it. And they'd be like, oh, he's such a jerk. He treated me like shit. And then the guy, no, stop.
I'm sorry. Just plow through. Ignore.
No,
that's the key to making the sound machine work. Is we just talk and
I can't though. Stop.
But we don't address the sounds that just happen in the background.
No.
And I will admit they will ease up. I'm just excited because it's day one with the new soundboard. Go ahead.
Within one point, you can't make multiple sounds. That's too much because I'm losing track. I'm like, ugh, it's all jarring. But when a guy treated like a girl like shit, and then his guy friends would say, no, he's like an asshole with girls, but he's a really great guy. It's like, no, if you're an asshole with girls, but you're a really great guy with your friends, that doesn't make you an overall great guy. Like, no, you can't like piecemeal it. You can't be like, I'm really great in this way, but I'm really shit in another way. It's like, no, well, you can't say you're overall great then.
Yeah.
You can say you're like mediocre at best.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Jen Grant. That's my point.
It's it's a great point. It's kind of like when Chris Christie was running for president, people were questioning if he was fit for the job, not literally, but kind of literally, because he was so morbidly obese. It's like if you don't have that aspect of your life under control, how are you going to get your shit together to control the world?
Yeah.
Same as when Obama became president, people gave him shit for smoking because it was like, how can you be a smoker and you clearly don't have your shit together fully if you can't get that under control.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Interesting. Very interesting.
So I guess since October 2019, Melinda Gates hired divorce lawyers, setting in motion the process to start the divorce because of specifically his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein, that he was still standing by his side after he was a convicted child sex trafficker or soliciting sexual favors from a minor. It's not clear how much Miss French Gates knew about her husband's behavior or to what degree it contributed to their split. So there. This maybe we should do this in between each topic. So that was Bill Gates, more than a philanthropist, also a dirtbag. And now, what else we got?
Miller says in his marriage agreement he was spending a weekend a year with
his
ex?
ex-girlfriend. Yeah, you go on one trip. Yeah, on a trip a year with his ex. I don't
understand that. What do you mean?
Like once a year, he would just go away with his ex for a week.
And she was okay with that?
Yes, but I heard someone say that this could be, when you're worth $134 billion and you're the richest person in the world, you don't really know anybody personally, like well, except your wife and maybe your ex. He could be just a friend. I don't know.
What did you just say?
Like it could have just been a friend that like really knew him. Yeah. I don't know.
Are you seriously that naive right now?
This has been, I'm naive. I don't know. I'm just.
Are you kidding me? So you with me going with my ex?
No,
on a
but you're not
vacation.
worth $134 billion.
What if I was?
Yeah.
Why?
I'm just kidding. No, I don't know. No, I'm not saying that's how I feel. I just heard someone.
Exes going on vacations together. It's naive to think that that's platonic. There's just no.
Oh my God.
That does not exist.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. I'm wrong. What else is new? No, that didn't work, but the rim shot there. But I want to start using the rim shot more. Anyway, and bear with us, by the way, this soundboard, it'll just make a smooth, organic transition into the show. But today I'm just getting used to it. And
Ken says you can imagine the position of the employee when Bill Gates says he wants her and she is in her dream job. What it does to her self-esteem when she is qualified. Yeah, it's true.
Oh my God.
Oof, that one was loud. So sorry for anyone listening with earbuds.
And it wasn't appropriate.
By the way, I want to... Well, that was him saying that. I'm annoying myself. I'm so sorry. What else? 60 Minutes yesterday interviewed. The UFO debate is back up and more prominent than ever. 60 Minutes had someone on yesterday. Let me play what he had to say. Go ahead. Hold on. Let me tell you who it was first and foremost. Hey, Jen.
Oh, hi
How are
there.
you? Hey. Thursday, reminding you Thursday, French listeners, Zoom, go to facebook.com/Julien Dionne, get tickets. It's the pinned post there on my Zoom page. And
Do you have a bunch of new material?
a bunch of new material. I'm working on 2 new sets for TV.
Fun.
And
how long is the show?
An hour.
Okay. Is it just you or other comedians?
I said this all earlier.
I know, and we're repeating it.
Right. Okay, sorry.
Oh my God, you try to tell me
Yeah,
to...
you're right. When you're right, you're right. That's the thing about you.
Like, shame me.
No, it wasn't... yeah, I was shaming you. When you're right, and that's why I love you. Aww. No, really, you're right. I know what you're doing, but I thought first you were asking genuinely. I might have an opening act. I'm going to see. Depends how many tickets are sold and so on. So yes, a debate about the existence of UFO reignites after 60 Minutes airs a piece with former Navy pilot Lieutenant Ryan Graves and former head of the Pentagon's UFO investigation program, Luis Elizondo. Elizondo.
Oh yeah, remember that song? I haven't heard that song in forever.
Let me play a clip.
Of the song? Just kidding.
No. Of the
Itting.
60 Minutes part of the interview. And this is reignited. I mean, the
I
UFO...
need a new laptop. This is crazy.
The UFO debate has been reignited for the last couple years. But
So what you're telling me is that UFOs, unidentified flying objects, are real.
Bill, I think we're beyond that already. The government has already stated for the record that they're real. I'm not telling you that. The United States government is telling you that.
Luis Elizondo spent 20 years running military intelligence operations worldwide in Afghanistan, the Middle East, and Guantanamo. He hadn't given UFOs a second thought until 2008. That's when he was asked to join something at the Pentagon called the Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program, or ATIP.
The mission of ATIP was quite simple. It was to collect and analyze information involving anomalous aerial vehicles. What I guess in the vernacular you call them UFOs. We call them UAPs.
You know how this sounds. It sounds nutty, wacky.
Look, Bill, I'm not telling you that it doesn't sound wacky. What I'm telling you is real. The question is, what is it? What are its intentions? What are its capabilities?
So there.
Wow.
Apparently, from the words of Luis Elizondo, who was the Pentagon's UFOs investigation program, head of the Pentagon's UFO investigation program, they are real.
Wow.
So,
and he says it so matter of fact.
There was a guy back when where I'm from, and if Michelle is still watching, she might know. His name was Ulysse Planet. Ulysses Planet. And he had a house, a little tiny house in Cormier Village, where he was trying basically desperately to get the attention of the UFOs. He had like all of this stuff on his house and like
wow,
aluminum paper, all this just a landing thing for them to land, and they never did show up, which for me was the only proof I ever needed to know that if they didn't come to hang out with Ulysse Planet in Cormier Village, New Brunswick, what are we doing here?
Is that guy still there?
No, I don't think so. I haven't heard or even thought about that until this moment for about 20 years.
Did he have any like friends or family?
I mean, I don't know. But
I'm pretty intrigued by this guy.
Ulysse Planet. Anyway.
Wow.
Do you believe in UFOs? I know I think we talked about this last week, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. I believe that it for sure could exist. Why wouldn't it? Like, what do I know? The universe is so huge, and it's actually overwhelming to think about how huge and enormous, and it's also very like I don't know, not self-limiting, but like very there's a word I'm looking for, that to think that we're the only ones that exist.
Yeah.
Is very what?
But yeah. Well, and we're watching that documentary which proves they exist.
Which one?
The Mandalorian.
Documentary. Oh, it's so loud.
Yeah, it's too loud. Sorry. It's not enjoyable. But
I was like, documentary, am I losing it? What did we watch? And then you threw that curveball at me.
The Mandalorian documentary. Oh, that's a nice one. I like that.
Soft.
Gentle, soft laughter. Small group of people. Yeah. It's like anytime we see something, and I do this to myself too, anytime it's nighttime and I see something in the sky, I always try so hard to convince myself it's a UFO. I'm always like, look at the way it's moving though. It's not like that's not a plane. But it clearly very much is a plane or a satellite. Or
I do find it interesting that if they did exist, why don't they want us to know?
Well, because they would
of?
probably know we'd freak. They're probably so advanced. They would know we're like ants to them, Neanderthals. Like we're so dumb and violent that we would just like attack them when they're trying to.
But if they're so advanced that they don't even let us know that they're for sure here, then wouldn't they be able to just vaporize?
Probably no. Well, why would they vaporize?
I don't know, because they'd be afraid we'd attack them. They could just defend themselves super easy.
Yeah, but why would they bring that upon us if it's not necessary? Why would they kill a bunch of us? Let's say they're really advanced. And they go, we know that if we show ourselves to these people, they're going to retaliate. They're going to panic and freak out and attack. We don't want that.
This is so Libra of you. You're taking the alien side.
No, but I'm saying, Sorry, that was late.
Major late. Miller said, Mr. Planet is no longer around. What if he was taken by a UFO?
Maybe. I have to find out what happened to that guy.
Good one. Miller Crosby, everyone. Comedian. Very funny. If you get a chance to see her perform, she's real good.
Do the applause break. Yeah. Is that it?
I think we're probably good. It's 8:15 now.
Yeah, but we started late. We did the Bill Gates, we did the UFO, we did the vaccine. Oh, I'll touch this on tomorrow's show. My thoughts on speed read apps. Do you see these apps?
No.
Like, I think it's called Blinkit or something like that. It's like, learn how CEOs read 10 books a week, and it's through this app where you can take any book. Well, they have to have it on their library, and it's like, instead of reading the full book, you can like read it in 12 minutes.
And how do you do that?
You don't. That's the thing. But we'll talk about that tomorrow.
Okay.
It'll something to look forward to on tomorrow's show. Thank you. Okay, I really abused this sound machine, but it was for the greater good.
Was it? I don't know.
The sound machine was for the greater good, just like the vaccine.
Oh my God.
You don't do it for yourself, but you do it for your others, your neighbors.
Others.
The others, I mean, other people, your neighbors, or in French, your voisine.
Oh my God.
Get it? Voisine, the vaccine?
Yes.
Thank you for getting it. It's a selfless act. Just so we can get back to normal. And that the future can be foreseen.
Whoa, rhyming.
Why do you hate me today?
I don't. I feel like my internet's off.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just so everyone knows, just the musical break. Everyone knows on YouTube, etc., that I'm not responding to comments because I can't see them.
Latrine. What's a latrine again?
I think it's a bathroom.
Right.
Oh, we forgot to talk about tomorrow. Let's talk about the movie we watched yesterday.
Oh, we watched a movie. This kind of fits the movie. It's about a single guy who wants to have a baby, so...
Why is that fitting?
Gets a surrogate.
With the song, you mean?
It's just like this has how... The movie felt like this song.
Oh, so boring.
It's a movie about a single guy who wants to have a child of his own, so he gets a surrogate, and then he falls for the surrogate. And the whole movie, she's... Kinda, I don't know. We both slept for most of the movie. This is a review of a movie that we both slept through, most of it at separate times. Here's what I remember. I remember him being quirky and weird, and I remember her being like, just whatever all the time. Like, just whatever. Just leave me alone. Whatever. It's all good. Just, I'm not going to tell anybody about this child. Just whatever. That was her general vibe. Overall, then I passed out, Jen.
I did a review last Friday of a movie. I've done it 2 weeks in a row, and so far the movies have turned out shit.
Sucky.
So don't
They're bad movies.
watch them.
They're not good, so don't listen to Jen's
Don't
review.
watch the movies that I recommend, because they're bad.
They're always bad. I gotta say... Go ahead.
I'm just waiting to jump in.
This
I just
one
want
is
to
91% on Rotten Tomatoes.
It's a terrible movie. It's called Together. The only thing I liked about it was it wasn't typical. Like, it wasn't a fairy tale ending. It was realistic. But here's my stance on that. I don't really want all movies to be realistic. I want them to be an escape. Why can't we just escape from regular life? I have enough disappointment in regular life. Go, Julien.
The thing with this movie is it was rated 91% on Rotten Tomatoes, but I feel people rate it high because it's like critics critics are like, well, the layman won't understand this movie.
Dude.
As a critic, I feel like I can really identify with the artistry behind the message. And when you really read between the lines of this movie, that's where it really comes to get you. And as a critic, I feel like my level of intelligence is above most people. So I'm going to go ahead and give this one a 91%. All right. I just love when I turn around, your little hand is up like this, your eyes are closed, and you're fully like into it.
Don't say that or I'll become self-conscious.
No, don't be self-conscious.
Those kind of movies, it's like great, awesome.
Together was the movie with Ed Helms.
Yeah, if you're a critic and you're like, oh, it's good. Okay, fine. It is not typical of a movie. It's different than most movies, but that doesn't make it good just because it's different. It was so boring.
Yeah,
I have never watched a movie more boring than that movie. And I don't know, he bugged me in it. I like that actor. He was so schmaltzy. He was so like, as if that girl would ever fall for him. He's like, nah, 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 nah.
Well,
so
she wasn't.
annoying.
She didn't fall for him. She was a surrogate.
No, but I know. But as he kind of, you're right. Like he didn't obviously fall for her, but he was leaning toward. Like she's super cute, and he was saying like, well, we could. Why couldn't we be together? And she's like, well, because you're like 25 years old or 20 years older than me. And then he's like, well, that doesn't mean it couldn't happen. And
her vibe was annoying. To the whole movie, she's just like, whatever. Like, I'm so
they were both
serious
annoying.
the whole time. Yes.
They were both annoying.
Together should have been called Annoying.
They were annoying and it was boring. So if you like those two things, go for it.
You can tell a movie's not going to be great when it's 91% on Rotten Tomatoes, like critics' choice, but like viewer choice was really low.
What was it? Do you remember?
61, I think.
That it should be lower than that because Rotten Tomatoes, when it's 61 or 60%, sometimes it's actually a really good movie, and we've given it other
comedies,
movies a
especially.
chance. Yeah.
Comedies are always bad on there, and I like comedies, but it was. I will say it wasn't that terrible. It was boring, but I liked how it was made. Bright colors. I know I often say that about movies, but it was like all bright and sunshiny.
Unfortunately, that was not the sound machine, if anyone is wondering. No, I agree with that. It's just the writing was remarkably boring. There was nothing happened.
Yeah.
Like something should have happened. You know how like there's no arc? There was no arc. It was like...
Yeah.
It was... You know what it was like?
Go ahead.
It was like... So the premise was that a man wants to... You already explained it, but a man wants to have a baby, but he doesn't have a partner.
I explained it in song, so it's good to maybe do it in words.
A surrogate, a 26-year-old surrogate who... The premise is interesting. The premise is interesting, but it was like if that happened, which you could see could happen in the world, it was like an acted out real life documentary of that actually happening with no arc and no storyline. Like it was just basically, this is what it would be like.
Yeah.
And what's cool about movies is when they have a writer write something in that like is interesting and there's an arc and then there's like something that actually happens. Nothing happened at all in that movie. Like I was shocked at how boring it was. It actually was more boring than actual life.
So I guess we won't talk about it tomorrow.
So if life is boring, take it down a notch. It's even more boring in this movie. Are you bored? Are you bored right now?
Yeah, I was fighting on.
Okay, I have to go right now.
Why?
Because I have to go.
You got a push?
Can you just wrap it up, please, and play the song?
All right. Thank you, everybody. We appreciate you watching. Reminding you, Thursday for French listeners. See you. Bye-bye. Talk to you tomorrow. I love you, Jenny.
Don't tell me nothing I don't need to know.
See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Take me nowhere I don't.
Thursday, for our French listeners, come spend an hour with me so I can test some new stand-up comedy. Get your tickets at facebook.com/Julien Dionne or lepointvente.com. And it's a pin poster on my Facebook page. All right. Or on Instagram, too. We'll see you tomorrow for Tuesday. Yay. Thanks to Ken for the soundboard. That was great. Appreciate it. That's a new staple of the show. Thanks to Melinda Gates for finding yourself and standing up for what you believe in. And thanks to you for being you. Thanks for watching, subscribing on your major or your favorite podcast platform. Enough's enough. All right. We'll see you tomorrow, everybody. And until then, watch your head.
Wandering eyes and itchy feet. I'm just a thin, nervous shadow walking backwards down the street. The landing is bitter, but the falling is oh so sweet. It's just a waste of time, a beautiful waste of time. It's just a waste of time. The whole world wants a piece of my head, but they all get a piece of my mind instead. I roll over and go back to bed. It's such a beautiful waste of time. A waste of time. A beautiful waste of time. It's just a waste of